we're going to go ahead and record. My lighting in here is just not so good, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so tonight's is our call tonight is really geared for new coaches who are just starting out, but that doesn't mean that as a working coach that you won't get something from this call, or at least hopefully anyway. Like I said, we're going to talk about your daily to-dos, how to post on social media, and I know Cassie and Emily are brand new, and I think I had another one getting on who's brand new. So whether you are a brand new coach or maybe a coach who's just getting back into things, I think it's a great idea that you get on a call with your upline coach. So if they have not messaged you with a welcome email or sent a message to you saying, hey, let's meet in person or let's get on the phone to go over things, make sure you do that. If you are the CEO of your own business, so if you are not getting information quick enough from your sponsoring coach or our team, take charge and go look for it yourself. So everything you need in your to run a successful business is in your online office. Your team is just here for extra support. So if you need to find if you have a question, go look in your online office. You can always message your coach for a second opinion or just kind of like reiterate what you hear or help you interpret it, what you hear or whatever, or read. But just take control of your business because you are the CEO of the business. So check it in your online office. But also, I don't want you to think that you can't message your coach. I'm just saying, like, take ownership of it. So everything that you need is in your online office. Again, if you haven't done a one-on-one call with your coach, message them and say, hey, let's set up a time to chat. And if you haven't gotten a welcome email from your coach yet, make sure that you ask them about that as well. Okay? So one of the main a couple main things that you need to think about when you are first getting started as a coach. That is one thing is what makes you unique? What is going to help you stand out from other coaches? What is going to make people ask you what you're doing, why you are looking so radiant and so happy and all those things? Because if we just talk about Shakeology, just talk about Beachbody, people are going to see us as a salesperson and we don't really appear very approachable. So if we talk about the things that make us unique, then we will give people a reason to connect with us and we'll show them that we are a average person. So I'm going to put Emily on the spot here for a second because we just had our Get Started Right call earlier today, and I won't make you talk, but I'm just going to share the things that she shared about herself to kind of give you guys a better thought of what your 5, it could be 4, it could be 7 things. And she is a mom of 2. She is a pastry chef. She is from Peru, so she's Peruvian. So she has that cultureness to her. And she loves makeup. So these are great things about her that she can talk about on her social media posts and show the other aspects of her life, I guess, as well as the idea I had from her from the makeup was that would be a great way to offer value to people so that you are showing them you're dimensional more than just fitness and nutrition. So she could just every once in a while offer maybe the favorite makeup products she loves, or she could do a tutorial on how to do the whole shadowy eye look that we can never figure out, right? Or smoky eye, I mean. Or she could even do like a free group and say, I'm going to be hosting this free group, 5 days of makeup tips from me. Okay, so this is, again, just showing other things about us. A lot of people like makeup, and maybe they aren't at a point where they are interested in taking care of their health, but they can connect with her on makeup. And then they're, of course, going to follow her. They're going to talk, and then they're going to see these other things that she's about, right? So she's a mom of 2, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, look at this. She's drinking the shake. What's that about? So she's going to ask about that. Now, that's not always going to happen with every person. Every person who loves makeup isn't going to be interested in Shakeology. No. But our point with that is building connections, offering value to people, and just helping people kind of understand who we are and give that connection. So it's really important if you haven't already, to sit down and think about what makes you unique, what makes you you. And yes, we all have a passion for fitness and health, right? But what else? Because the other 500,000 coaches also love those things, right? Another common one is going to be like mom of boys, or maybe you're into gardening, or maybe you all those different things. And feel free to use the chat, guys, and talk other feedback, other ideas or questions. Please, I can't type and talk at the same time. But other things like that will give people a reason to connect with you. So they're going to relate to you and then start a conversation with you. They're probably going to feel more comfortable asking about your favorite eyeliner versus like joining your next challenge group, right? So you're going to talk to them about those type of things first, build a relationship, offer value when you can, share your favorite kitchen utensils, share your favorite way to get your kids to school on time, those type of things. People are going to see you as a person who offers value and connect with you that way. Okay, so really important that you hammer out, I just say 5 things other than fitness. Could be 3, whatever. Just making that your focus. So it's really important what makes you you, and then also really important, it's obvious, right? You got to like build your contact lists, you got to build your network. Those things are obvious. Really important that you decide what part of this opportunity gets you most excited. Did Shakeology just change your world completely and you are passionate about the ingredients, right? Or were you kind of like skeptical of it all, but you saw your coach like being always happy and she was always so stinking annoyingly positive, right? Maybe that's it. Maybe you were just wanting that community, okay? So figure out which aspect of this coaching opportunity maybe got you started or got you excitedly passionate about, that you want to share about. That will help you really define your why. And guys, just like your fitness journey, you've got to have a why for this coaching business, because it's simple. This business is way simple, but it's not always easy. Okay, and it's going to be hard to take those people who say, yes, let's do this, I want to be a coach on your team, and then they ignore you, because that's going to happen. And it's going to happen when people say, oh my gosh, you look fantastic. What are you doing? Tell me all about it. Whatever it is, I want it, right? And then they're going to say, oh, I don't have the money. That's going to happen. That's reality. The only way to prepare yourself for those blows is know why you're in this. Know that no matter what people say, that you know that you are passionate about this, that you're going to be in this, that you have a reason for this, okay? Your desire to do this is bigger than anything anyone else says to you, because remember, their no is not about you. It's about them. Okay, so you've got to release that emotional connection when people tell you no, because it's not about you, guys. It's about them, okay? Okay, so after you have chosen those things that make you unique and you've really figured out your why, and keep in mind that your why can evolve. As your journey progresses, as your life changes, maybe family dynamics change, your husband changes jobs, your kids grow older, they leave the nest, whatever the case is, your focus may change, or maybe your goals or your drive may change a little bit. But important that you have that why figured out. Okay, so beyond those 2 major things, you really need to talk to your coach to know. Get connected to the free groups that we have going, shadow them through their challenge group, invites, those type of things, okay? But getting down to like the basics of what do I need to do, right? So I've got 10 minutes, kids are playing quietly, I can do something. What should I do, okay? I'm going to share my screen real quick with this to-do list. Where's the screen button? There we go. Share screen. Oh, let me get this. So if you got questions, put them up in the chat. If you've got comments, if you kind of already know where are we at? If you already know your why, or the things about you that make you you. I'm not finding this to-do list, son of a gun. Hold on. Somebody can unmute themselves if you want and ask a question or give feedback. I just want to.
Is it in your messenger?
I just airdropped it.
Okay.
Did I send it to you?
my AirDrop wasn't working. So I wondered if, I know you put it in Healthy Habits thread, but.
Okay, I'll check there. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I always think that I like had this, technology thing all figured out, but reality is it's a struggle for us all, right?
Work in progress.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm in there. There it is. Okay, we're rolling now. Share screen. Okay, so this is something I've just come up with because the basics will always stay the same. Of this business will always stay the same, but there's going to be certain nuances, certain things that just as social media changes, as trends with society, with social media change, things will change. So I've made this updated to-do list. And you can see at the bottom there that each thing will take you 10 minutes, give or take, okay? So read or listen to personal development. It's one of our 4 vital behaviors. If you didn't check your new coach welcome email, it's in there. 4 vital behaviors are all over the place, and that's be proof of the product works, read or listen to personal development, invite people, and recognize. So reading or listening to personal development, super important. If you're not a reader, it's okay. I can relate. I resisted personal development for years. Kim can tell you how much personal development has changed her life. In my life, I think I read 1 book before I was a coach. And I think I was in 8th grade. Now I read like a book a month. So first of all, be open to change, be open to, learning getting new habits, give yourself some grace as that time takes to form a new habit, but highly recommend forcing yourself to read for 10 minutes, okay? So that may mean while you're eating your breakfast, in the pickup line when the kids are in school. I can't tell you when it's gonna fit into your day, but make it a priority. Another thing you could do is listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts. I always like to pair a mindless activity with a mindful activity. So doing dishes, I'm always listening or watching a video. Cooking is a great time. Going out for a walk, folding laundry is another great personal development time. Anytime you're in the car, your kids need personal development too, so you can listen in the car, okay? Obviously, your workout is a part of being a coach, drinking your Shakeology. You can either print this off. I think I have it in PDF too if you want to change it out or might make checks or whatever for getting it done every day. You can print off 7 of them. They are kind of in order of importance to least important, but that doesn't mean you have to do them in this order, okay? Okay, so post or type out a post for later. So you're posting on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, hopefully both. But if you're not in Instagram yet, don't overwhelm yourself thinking you have to learn it. If you're wanting to just use your personal page and you're kind of hesitant on what to do, don't worry. I'll get you covered there on what to post here in a minute. Okay, so making a post, that means either writing out what you're going to say and deciding on the picture. You can either take it later or use a past picture or take a picture then or whatever. Just hammering that out, spending about 10 minutes on that, okay? Another 10 minutes of your day could be in between, like on your lunch break, or you come home from work and you sit in the garage for a few minutes, because moms, we do that sometimes. We just need a little time. You can type it out then. Or do this then, and that is send 5 meaningful connections, either comments or direct messages to somebody. So that doesn't mean, oh, cute picture of your kid or something, right? That means maybe somebody shared a recipe and you thought, oh my gosh, that's a great recipe. Have you ever made eggplant before? Or thanks for sharing that. I've been really wanting to try zucchini noodles or whatever, right? So a little something, not just like a bland comment. Another great thing to do if it was to send a direct message, if maybe somebody shared a photo of their family and they got family pictures taken. You can direct message them and say, oh my gosh, your family pictures were gorgeous. Where did you get them? Or I really love that necklace. I've been looking for something similar like that. Where did you get it from? Something like that. That would be a great message to send somebody. Okay, so then another 10 minutes are going to be spent adding 5 new contacts. either on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, so Facebook will tell you people who you can friend. I don't recommend just clicking people and adding them. It's a good idea to go to their page, see if you actually know them. Maybe they are your sister-in-law's sister, or maybe they are your husband's friend from work, right? Those are okay. It could be another Beachbody coach, which is okay to connect with other coaches, but you don't want everyone on your Facebook page to be a coach, because then your newsfeed is just going to be a bunch of coaches, and you want to look for opportunities to connect with other people. You can also check out Facebook groups and join groups that way. I don't recommend that you go in there and start talking about Shakeology. Remember the purpose of connecting in that group, whether it be a dog mom or people who love to garden, whatever. Go into that group, read the posts, comments, add value when you can. You can make your own post of something that you did, found useful, a gadget, whatever. Connect with other people that way. I don't recommend that you go into a Facebook group and just add a bunch of people in that group. Connect with people first. See if they're your people. You don't need to just add people just because y'all like gardening. You got to find your people. If you're going to be focusing on Instagram, you can search hashtags for something that you love. So if it's, I don't know the kind of dogs, because I'm not a dog person, but you could hashtag a certain kind of dog and connect with people who have those dogs. And then again, you're going to follow them, and you're going to like and comment on their posts. And then, Instagram's a bit different. I think it's a bit more laid back, where you can follow 5-10 people. It's not a big deal. Whereas Facebook, for some reason, that just kind of seems a little more, intimate or whatever. So people will kind of like, oh, why does this person want to be my friend? But if somebody follows you on Instagram, it's just way more laid back, right? Thank you for smiling about that, Emily. So next, you're going to spend 10 minutes checking, engaging, commenting in our Rev Empire group, our Vibe Tribe group, if we have a free group going on, and the My Challenge Tracker app. So obviously, you're going to post your accountability, and keep in mind, the more you give, the more you get. So give somebody a like and a comment, encourage someone else in those groups, and they'll do the same for you. The next one is spend 10 minutes inviting to a free group. If we have a paid group approaching, or sneak peek into challenge groups, don't get freaked out by inviting. It's super simple. Your coach has scripts. We have a whole script ideas, in our Rev Empire Facebook group with on what to say to people. We also have over in the description of Rev Empire is our team calendar of all of the events that we have coming up. So check those out. In regards to inviting and what groups are coming on, make sure you're active in Rev Empire, where I'm always posting what groups we have starting when, what the focuses are. I most always share what I'm sending to people to invite to them. So we always share everything we do. Make sure you check that. But also talk to your coach, okay? Tell them, I'm thinking of this person and this person, whatever. I have a list of 12 people to invite. How should I ask them? Or what is our focus for the paid challenge group this month? Or, all those kind of things. And you can even confirm that with them. Like, I see we have this event starting on this date. Ask a little bit more about that. Ask your coach. Communication is key. You want to spend another few minutes, maybe not 10 minutes if you're just a brand new coach, but check your online office for new orders. If you have any new customers, make sure you're adding them to the groups, sending them a welcome email and such. And as a just starting out coach, that's going to maybe be irrelevant for a little while, but you can always just check your online office to make sure you can find your orders when your business fees have been paid. And then I'm always checking on the breaking news and those type of things, staying up to date on things, as well as using the FAQ feature. It's going to be over on the right, and that will give you more information about Lift 4 that's launching, or tell me about the 2B mindset pricing. Those type of things can all be found at FAQ. Then you're going to spend a little time focusing on your social media for tomorrow. So you're kind of planning ahead. You're definitely going to refer back to our team calendar to see what groups we have coming up. So for example, this week we are doing Healthy Habits Track It, right? So knowing that, last week would have been a great time to start, sharing photos of your food, talking about how you're trying a new recipe, talking maybe about drinking your water, those type of things, those type of posts kind of lead up to you sending a message to somebody, inviting them to our free group, okay? So kind of look ahead at what we have coming and plan out your tomorrow post, if you can, and the whole week. So obviously, if you decide you're going to, let's say, share right now about that you became a coach, you aren't going to then make 3 more posts this week about Shakeology and the workouts and such, right? You're going to want to highlight other aspects of your life. So kind of spreading those posts out and planning them. Lastly, I have on there a game plan for your stories, and then just like updating your stories. So stories is optional. It's a new thing. Well, kind of new. But it's a great way to show people your real life, like a day in the life, without doing too much work. You're just popping in little things as they come up in your day. It's a good idea to share about your Shakeology and your workouts and such, but you're not always going to say, here's my Shakeology, using things like hashtag super smoothie, talking about, if you're going to be talking about Energize, using hashtag go juice. So those are piquing curiosity without giving them all the information so that they can just go buy the stuff, and then we don't ever get to help them, and then we don't ever connect them with our team or with our community. So piquing curiosity in your stories will be a great way for people to kind of let them know what they're doing, so that when you invite them to something, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw you doing those workouts and whatever. Okay, so that really shouldn't take you too much time. And yeah, that list is kind of long, but again, some of them aren't going to take as long. Some of them are relevant as a brand new coach. And yeah, let me read the chat. And unmute yourself and ask questions if you need. Oh my goodness, 103 degrees, Sherry. Oh no. Girl, wash your face. I love listening to that one too. Yeah, welcome to everybody on. It's good to see you. I love seeing this big team growing. So that is our to-do list ish today. It's a guide. It's not like, not like I can't go to bed until I have these things done. Like, it's a guide. It's like when I'm sitting down to do my Beachbody work, what should I do? Refer to this. And it's in Rev Empire. I can post it again after this to make it easy to find. But the thing I did want to touch on real quick also is your posts for social media. So if you are a brand new coach and you haven't really done a lot of posting on social media, I think it's a really good idea to first, before you make any post, message your coach, because they've been in the game a while. They kind of know, what works and what doesn't, and they'll give you some great feedback. But it's important that you take your focus of your post to your experience. Not, I signed up to be a Beachbody coach, Shakeology is awesome, and I love doing these workouts, right? Because people aren't going to relate to that. People are going to be like, oh, okay, she's doing a thing, right? But if you're like, I'm kind of nervous about this, but I decided to take a leap and I, whatever. Or I am feeling so good, I became a part of this community that has impacted me in this way. Or it's been 3 months and I've never felt so great because of this super smoothie and this positive community, something like that. So again, you want to pique curiosity. You don't want to say, here are my 80-day obsession results. It was so great. I decided to be a coach and now I want to help people. So message me if you want help. Okay? Because people are going to go, oh, that's cool. Good for her. They don't know anything about your 80-day experience. They don't know how you changed, how it helped you. Those are the things that people want to know. You want to connect with people and let them see, I could do that too. Or, oh, wow, look at that change. To kind of like pull them in with, okay, I need to figure out what it is she's doing and message her. So I know that may not be like exactly what you should do, but the thing is, there is no exact way to do it. There's no perfect way to do it. You have to speak from your heart on why you've decided to be a coach, and that will really be that connection. So piquing curiosity, sharing how, why you decided to be a coach, how your life has changed because of it, or how it's been impacted. And again, that goes back to what makes you super passionate about this. Was it the community? Was it Shakeology? Was it personal development aspect? Was it whatever the case is? Okay. So I just talked like 28 minutes straight now. Let's hear from somebody else. Feedback, questions.
I was going to add something in just as a full-time work coach with 2 kids for the first couple years of this journey. And I just wanted to say some of those things on the to-do list, things that you don't have to do every single day. Like you have to work out every day. My phone's dying. You have to read your personal development every day. You need to drink your superfoods every day. Those things are every day. But things like inviting to a free group. I happen to have time on the weekends typically. So I would spend 2 or 3 hours doing some of those things in kind of mass quantities. So I've been connecting with people all week and chatting with them on my lunch break or whatever. I had a few minutes here and there. But then on the weekends, maybe Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings, whenever I had a time, then I would invite 50 people, and I would private message them and talk to them like, hey, we've been chatting. You mentioned XYZ, like you wanted to lose weight or you were trying to decrease your headaches. I have this free group coming up. I would love to have you be my guest. Is this something you're interested in? So just wanted to say that if your weekly schedule is super extremely busy, that is an option. And this is your business, so you can run it how you want. Power Pockets with this list is a great way to do it. But just for me, that's what worked during my crazy teaching schedule. So I'm thankful that I get to be a coach more full-time now. So I don't have to, I usually do Power Pockets now.
I love that, and thank you for sharing. I think it's important for people to see hear from more than just me. But I think what's really key is, we don't realize really how much time we have until we really get organized with it. So that's really the purpose with this to-do list too, is have on your mind, hey, I'm working towards something bigger. I'm working towards this business, and it's not just going to happen. You have to be mindful of it. But when you get those little pockets of time, refer to the list. Be like, okay, what can I do, right? Or you can always just message your coach, hey, I've got 10 minutes. What should I be focusing on? And reality is they're going to go, did you read your personal development? Did you do your workout? Did you do your Shakeology, right? So the more that you are in this, the more you'll realize that those are keys. And like Kim said, there are going to be times where we're pretty heavy into okay, it's a free week or a free group's coming up. We're going to be messaging a lot of people right now. And your focus is going to be a little different. And definitely these are going to be things that doesn't have to be done each day. Like Kim said, it can be kind of more of a mass quantity on certain days. But also too, you can think oh my gosh, I have to message 5 people today. Oh my gosh, right? And you freak out about it. But if you back up and you're that just means I have to look at Facebook for a little bit and find somebody interesting to talk to. It's really not that hard. We kind of psych ourselves out at times. So yeah, so super important to just kind of recap that you pick those 5 things about you that make you unique. And again, don't overthink it. If you're stuck, ask your husband or your best friend or your coworker, and they're going to tell you. And then figure out your why, which doesn't have to be done right now. It can be something that kind of evolves, but just kind of reflect on your journey. I think reflection is probably the biggest key word I can give you in regards to finding out what's unique about you, finding out your why, figuring out what your daily post should look like. Reflection on your journey, reflection on who you are. If you really struggle with things, I would recommend start to journal things because that's a really great place to kind of brain dump and come up with things. But figure out what makes you unique, figure out your why, and then plan your first post. Whether you're a working coach or just kind of a discount coach, I think it's super important to make this post because you never know who would be interested. You may think, I'm just going to be a discount coach if people come to me. But if you make a post and say, this is how I've changed my life, you're going to be surprised on how many people say, oh, wow, that's congrats, awesome, right? You're going to get a lot of those people. They're going to be like, I might be interested in that, and people will come to you. So message your coach for sure, but type out kind of how your life has changed since you got started with this or why you became a coach. Send it to your coach. They'll give you feedback, and then you can feel confident about making that post not being spammy, connecting with people, and then hopefully piquing some curiosity with it. So feel free to unmute yourself or ask questions.
One more thing. And remember that just because no one comments or likes does not mean that people didn't see it. So I can't tell you how many posts I make, and I'm like, oh, I only got 3 likes on that. And then I will have people randomly messaging me like, hey, I've been watching your journey. I saw this post and I have headaches too. Like, I'd really like to fight my headaches too, or I have anxiety too, or, it's that relating to people is the power of social media. It's such an amazing tool, and to find those people that are just looking for that community or looking for that help, that support, and to be that, it is just indescribable. So just keep that in mind too.
I would just reiterate that. I mean, I have people who will say, I've been watching you for 2 years. So it's not about you. It's not that you did something wrong. It's not that your wording was wrong. It's about other people. They're either not ready yet, the timing wasn't right, or people just didn't see your post. Never second guess yourself. If you're being true to you and you're putting your heart out there, putting out your passion, the people that see it, the people that connect with it will be the ones to message you. So don't second guess it. Just go for it. And then, by telling your coach, they're going to give you feedback, and then they're also going to be able to go like and comment and encourage you. And that will help you feel good too. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? No? Okay. Well, have a good night. The recording will be up. Coaches, if you had a coach who didn't get on, and I will post it in Rev Empire, and Mastermind will be next.